I knew something was off the moment I stepped into the ballroom. Gold florals, crystal chandeliers, champagne towers. My sister had spared no expense. And yet, on the long glass table lined with velvet name cards, engraved in metallic serif font, mine wasn't there. Not forgotten, deliberately absent. She looked at me across the room, radiant in white, ring flashing like a blade, and smirked. "Didn't think you'd actually show up," she said, loud enough for her bridal party to hear. Their laughter was a chorus I'd heard my entire childhood. "You don't belong. You don't matter. You're the extra, the accident, the shadow." So I took a seat at the bar. My girlfriend, Elena, squeezed my hand. "You okay?" I nodded. Because if there's one thing my sister never learned, it's that humiliation doesn't break me. It tempers me. There was a time when she clung to me. When she was 5 and scared of storms, she'd crawl into my room and whisper, "You're my safe place." We were inseparable until high school, when her beauty became currency. Friends descended like bees to honey. She discovered applause. She discovered cruelty. Our parents enabled it. "She's sensitive," they'd defend. "She's special. Just let her have her moment." A lifetime of moments. A lifetime of swallowing small deaths. The engagement was just the latest. 3 months ago, I found out she wasn't just marrying a man she adored. She was marrying a man she had stolen. Caleb. My ex. Not officially, but close enough. 3 years together, talks of rings, keys exchanged, until she inserted herself. Quietly, then boldly, then inevitably. She asked me questions about him, harmless sister chatter. Then she started texting him. Then she sat closer. Then she laughed too hard at his jokes. I saw it all, of course, but I didn't react. Because that's her game. Provoke, smirk, watch me crack. I didn't crack. I planned. Shift. The final push came 6 weeks ago when I learned about the prenup, or rather, the lack of one. Our family business, the real estate empire built by our late grandfather, was structured to give majority control to the eldest child's spouse in the event of failure or dispute, a clause no one bothered to revisit. She didn't want Caleb. She wanted power. Caleb, of course, thought he'd climbed into love. He had no idea he was just leverage. I could have warned him, but I needed proof and timing. So I collected both. Screenshots, recorded calls, voicemails where she bragged to her bridesmaids. "Once we're married, the board is mine. They'll have to vote me chair." Her signature laugh at the end, the one that always meant I'd been erased before she even finished the sentence. Tonight was the board, not the wedding, the engagement, the presentation. Her fiancé wasn't the real audience, the investors were, the family, the legacy. So when the $2,800 dinner bill arrived, 20 guests, curated menu, champagne and caviar, the waiter walked right past her and Caleb and handed it to me. She watched, gleeful, waiting for the punchline she'd written. Before I could speak, Elena leaned in, voice steady, lips barely moving. "We're not on the guest list," she said to the waiter. "Try the bride." The room turned. The board members stiffened. Even Caleb looked confused. Then the waiter, cheeks flushed, apologized and placed the bill before my sister. She laughed. Too quickly, too high. "You're family," she insisted. "Obviously," I cut her off, calm. I stood, glass in hand. "If I'm family, why isn't my name on your table?" Silence. Thick, hot, immediate. She tried to smile, but her jaw trembled. She hadn't prepared for this version of me. I took my phone out, placed it on the pristine white linen. "I think, before dessert, the board should hear who you really plan to marry, Caleb or the family fortune." The speakers crackled. Elena had already synced the file. My sister's voice filled the ballroom. "Once we're married, the board is mine. They'll have to vote me chair." Her bridesmaids froze. Caleb went still, blood draining from his face. "And if he turns out useless," her recorded voice continued, "there are divorce clauses that favor me. I'll walk with everything." By the time her laugh echoed again, the room had changed shape. Caleb stood, fists shaking, betrayal written across every feature. He left the table without a word. Her would-be father-in-law followed, then 3 investors, then our uncle, head of the board, who simply placed his napkin down, eyes filled not with anger, but clarity. She reached for me, absurdly, pathetically. "Wait!" "Don't," I said, gently. "You taught me this, how to cut without bleeding."